Guys, what's up? It's John, Gamester81. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate that. This video will be taking a closer look at the Ultimate Nintendo Guide to the NES Library, 1985 through 1995. This is by Pat Contri, better known in the community as PattheNESpunk. This is a massive book. It weighs probably over 5 pounds. It's got over 430 pages in it. It not only includes very detailed reviews over over 750 NES games. It talks about PAL exclusive games. It talks about the history of Wisdom Tree games and Color Dreams. It talks about James Rolfe does an article about his favorite horror games. Also, other articles include Brental Flossie does something about music as well. So it's very detailed. There's accessories. I'm going to show you a closer look at this book. I'll put a link to a site below in case you guys are curious to find out more information. Something very cool that Pat provided me was some really cool free digital copies of this book. So what I'm going to do is if you comment below and mention your favorite NES game in the comments below, I have 5 of these codes to give away. So if you want to do that, go and do that. I'll go through and randomly select 5 of you, and I'll email you or send you personal message you guys a code so you can actually check this book out digitally. So I want to thank Pat for that. I want to thank him for sending me a copy of the book. A little while ago I did a review on the complete NES guide by Jeffrey Wittenhagen. This is also a great book to check out, but let's go on to the Ultimate NES guide. Let me know what you guys think and we'll go from there. So here is a closer look at the book. Love the attention to detail. Rob the Robot, you know, it's really cool. That's on the front. Very cool. The Zapper, of course. And NES had some great accessories with it, as you guys know. Here's the back, some box art, talking a little bit about the guide itself. It does retail for $60 US, which I know some of you might say, oh wow, that's a lot of money for a book. When you actually look at the attention to detail this book covers, how detailed this book is, and the quality of the book, I think it's personally worth it. The digital copy, I believe, goes for about $30 on his website, just to give you guys a heads up. So, you know, it's really cool that this came out, and I prefer a physical thing to look at opposed to going online, look at it. It's nice to have something physical. So acknowledgement, dedication, talking about Pat. This is table of contents. I love here on the first 2 pages. I mean, this is on the box, the cover here. I love this. These are just little you know, posters that would come with games. Really cool, nice little thing they added there. Table of contents. Every game listed alphabetical, of course. So if you're looking for a game, you can find it fairly easy. About the author, there's a lot of contributors as well, in addition to Pat. Ian Ferguson, his colleague on his show, did some stuff. Brett Weiss, he's a good friend of mine. He's a fellow podcaster of mine on the ColecoVisions podcast. He's on Rue, you may know Rue. Joey, he's a good guy. All these are good people. This is Blake Harris did a forward. I believe he wrote The Console Wars, which is a book that came out, or a pretty popular thing that came out. Key to the guide, so you have the game title, the genre, release date, developer, publisher, number of players, special features, type, availability, how common, how rare is it, star rating, anywhere from bomb to obviously a bad game to 5 stars. And it's on a half star to stars basis scale. Starting with the first ones, you start with, of course, 1942 by Capcom. This is a great game. 1943 also by Capcom. And I love the pictures here. And one thing, and a nice little subtle thing he included oftentimes a screenshot in the background here of the game as well, featured on that page. A little subtle thing I think is a really nice touch. And you always have the title screen and some 3 other shots of the game. Very rarely you'll find a 5-star game. I believe Baseball Stars, he rated 5 stars, which is great. Adventure Island, which is super hard, and one of the hardest games. I remember playing Adventure Island in the middle school, and I paused it. It was so hard, I left it pause for weeks, and eventually it froze, and I was so upset. My buddies never playing it. Let's see, keep going here. You know, Athletic World, Back to the Future 2 and 3, Back to the Future 1. Those are LGN games, which a lot of them, there's Baseball Stars, a 5-star game. Great game, actually create your own players, and I definitely rate probably the best baseball game on the system. Battletoads is great, only 2.5 stars for Battletoads. However, Battletoads and Double Dragon, the Ultimate Team, 4.5 stars, so better rating on that. Beetlejuice, which I heard they're making a new Beetlejuice movie, kind of randomly. Blades of Steel, sweet. We'll just kind of fast forward here, skip ahead. You can see it just goes, again, whatever game you look at, it's, you know, review. Also has a reflections area, so it talks about, you know, their personal reflection on the game, which is kind of a little more details of the game itself. So there's 2 games per page. Also unlicensed games as well, not just licensed games, got unlicensed games featured in this as well. Pac-Mania, Pac-Man, different label variants. Popeye, well, it's a great game for NES. I love the arcade as well. Originally Donkey Kong Arcade was supposed to be Popeye, but they changed the characters for copyright reasons. Let's fast forward here, we're at Wolverine, X-Men. Let me just show you some other things here, features of this book, which is cool. So Zombie Nation is the last one to come out. There's Zoda's Revenge, Star Tropics 2. Here's PAL exclusives that were released but never came out in North America. So Aladdin had a release. A lot of these you can get homebrews now, they actually port them over. Devil's Road, I heard, is a great game, never came out in North America. Mr. Gimmick, another good game, 5-star rating. I need to check that game out. If you guys played that, let me know how it is. I'm really curious about it. I love, again, they have a picture of the cart here. Not the box art, which is interesting, but the cart, which I think is a nice touch. Trolls. I remember those troll dolls growing up. Hess, which is Home Entertainment Suppliers, which is an Australian brand. They had a whole bunch of games, multi-carts, and talks about the history of those and some of those. So if you live in Australia, I'm sure you remember those. Special and promo cartridges. So, talking about Disney Adventures, to Mahjong, the NES, the Hong Kong version. Miracle Piano, of course, a lot of us may know the Nintendo World Championships, both the gray and the gold, which Pat owns both copies of, but you get the Campus Challenge as well, which is even more rare. This is a Race Mate Challenge too. I never even heard of that. Test cartridges, talks about test cartridges. These were used for suppliers, people who brought in their system or games and couldn't test it. They actually tested games on it so they could do a control deck test. These usually came in yellow cartridges, although some of the times they were in gray. Very uncommon, very rare. Here's North American variants. This is really cool. So, I had no idea, for example, well, I knew about Pac-Man, you had the Tengen variant and the regular one. But I didn't really realize there was a variant with the Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. I knew about the Metroid and obviously the Zelda. The gray card Zelda is more uncommon. I had no idea about the Mario Brothers 3. If you look careful, the Brothers is actually located in a different spot. That's interesting to me. I had no idea that was the case. Different accessories, of course. Zapper, the robot, different history about each accessory. Power Pad, the Power Glove, Game Genie. I feel like there's some of them that were left out, like the U-Force. I don't see the U-Force here. I think these must be, I don't see the U-Force. So nothing really, all of them, but many of them. Here's In Their Words. This is Inside Nintendo Launch by Frank Gifaldi. It's a good read. How the NES Zapper works, an explanation of how that works. Horror Games on the NES by James Rolfe. Angry Video Game Nerd, also better known as that. Tengen and Nintendo Lawsuit by Norm, the gaming historian. Good dude. Dan, The Pistols of Plastics, another article by him. So, very cool. This is an article by Pat, the Dragon Warrior giveaway contest they did. And Why the Music's So Good by Brent, also known as Brentalfloss. So a lot of great articles. Karen writes about the Color Dreams / Wisdom Trees, who eventually became them. So you can see there's a lot of information here, guys. Nintendo censorship, the hypocrisy behind it, unreleased NES games. This is a special Kickstarter thing. So you can see it includes a lot of information. I'll put a link below to check it out in case you just want to find more information. Let me know again, guys, what is your favorite NES game? Leave a comment below. What do you guys think? I'll select some winners, and you'll get a free digital copy courtesy of Pat for saying that. Thank you, Pat. So we'll see you guys soon. Take care, and game on. First off, guys, thank you so much for watching. Also, please subscribe. That means a lot. And if you want to stay in contact, you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I also have a website, Gamester81.com, and I have t-shirts available that help support the show as well. And those are available at chopchopgoods.com.